Good morning and welcome to the La Cicala kitchen. Today we are going to make Pasticciotti Leccese. Pasticciotti are little pastries. Typically oval. I couldn't find my oval molds, so we're going to do rounds, but they can also be round. I'm going to use these little things. They are typical of the province of Lecce, which is why I said Leccese, which is in Apulia. Lecce is in the very, very bottom of, everybody knows Italy is shaped like a boot, the bottom of the heel of the boot. And Lecce is a place I spent a lot of time. I've mentioned that I spent a lot of time there when I was growing up. We spent all our summers in Italy with my mother's parents, my grandparents. My uncle, my mother's brother, her younger brother, grew up to become a pilot. He actually became the youngest fighter pilot in the Italian Air Force. I was looking through some old photographs. I will try to post some on here of him in front of his fighter jet. And then he went on to become the youngest captain of the subsidiary of Alitalia that he worked for until he retired some years ago, my zio Franco. He married my beautiful zia Luciana, who I learned a lot of cooking from. But while he was in training, while he was flying, both for the Italian Air Force and then for Alitalia, for ATI, they had to live in Lecce for a while, so we used to drive down to visit them while we were there. And I have clear memories of driving down into, as you approach Lecce and you're driving down this road, and you look out the car and you see this blue water. The water is just this incredible color. And then you see Lecce, which is blindingly white. Every house is whitewashed. Everything is white. It is phenomenal. It is such a beautiful place. There is actually a cooking school there that has been on my bucket list for years, and someday, if it becomes in the budget somehow, somewhere, it's my dream to go there. But enough said, we are making pasticciotti today. So, TikTokers, the full video and recipes will be on Instagram and YouTube, and the quick version will be on TikTok because they restrict me and the character count doesn't let me put it in the comments, but I will post a recipe at the end of this video. If you can pause the video, you can see it. So here goes. Also, please look for my previous video this morning for our new thing we're doing, follower favorites on Thursdays. We can't wait to see how that goes. We'd love to feature your family favorites. Look for my video. I need your submissions by Fridays, 6 p.m. American Eastern Standard Time, so I can go shopping on Saturday. And every Thursday, we will feature one of our followers' family favorite recipes. You can email them to me at lacicalaculinary@gmail.com, but I need to know in the comments that you're doing so that I can look for it and it doesn't get lost in one of those spam folders. I will absolutely look for it. So we can't wait to see that. So here goes, and follow along. We are heating up, we are making the crema pasticceria right now, which is the pastry cream that will fill the pasticciotti. So we are going to be heating some milk, with a lemon peel and some vanilla. You can use vanilla extract. I am using actual vanilla seeds from the inside of a vanilla bean. Your choice. We'll be back shortly. Okay, so while the milk is heating with the vanilla and the lemon peel, I'm going to be mixing up some egg yolks and sugar. When they're nice and fluffy, I'm going to add some cornstarch. Then what's going to happen is when the milk is heated, I'm going to add a little bit of the hot milk to the egg yolk mixture just to temper it. Put the egg yolk mixture back into the hot milk, bring it to a low boil, let it boil for about 2 minutes till it gets thick. Take it off the heat, put it in a bowl, and cover it with plastic wrap. I'm going to make sure it covers the surface, touches the surface. Let it cool. It needs to go in the fridge. It needs to be completely cold before we fill our pastry. So here goes. We'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, we've tempered our eggs with a little hot liquid. We're going to pour them back in here. Continually whisking this. We're going to bring this to a boil. We're going to let it boil for 1 or 2 minutes till it gets nice and thick. And then we're going to take it off the heat, put it in a bowl, cover it with plastic wrap, and let it cool. And this is our pastry cream. I forgot to add, when I did the eggs and sugar, I also added a good pinch of salt. You always need salt when you're doing sweet to bring out that flavor. Don't ever forget that. Okay. So we will see you when I have this set up in a bowl and covered, and then we'll get into making our pastry dough. This is going to need a while to cool in the fridge anyway. See you in a bit. Okay guys, ready to make the pastry. Now this is called pasta frolla in Italian, and I am using 00 flour, which I always have in the house because it makes for a more tender pastry. You can use all-purpose if that's your choice, but this is what we're using. It's more traditional. I have flour, sugar, egg and egg yolk, good pinch of salt. Here we go. And I'm going to put in a good pinch of dried lemon peel. You can use grated lemon peel. Got the dried, I'm going to use it. I'm going to cut in pieces of very, very cold butter. Cut it in, form a dough, wrap it in plastic, and put it in the fridge for about 30 minutes. Hang on, get a knife. Once it's been chilled for about 30 minutes, we will be back and we're going to mold our pastry, get our pastry cream out and fill them into the oven, and we'll show you the rest of the process. These are so good. You walk down the streets in the villages in Apulian, you can actually smell these coming out of the ovens warm. So we will see you in a bit. Whoop. Here we go. Now I did want to show you, once you have it cut in, let me get that bracelet off. Once you have the butter cut in, you're going to use just your fingertips to meld this together into a dough. You don't want to warm this up. You want to keep it cold. If you find it's a little dry, which I think this might be, literally a couple of tablespoons, 1 or maybe even 1 of cold water, not more than that. Just the fingertips. You don't want to warm this dough up, and do it very quickly till it forms a dough. I'm using one hand so I can keep my other hand clean. I'm going to wrap this in plastic and it's going to go right in the fridge. See, it's starting to hold together. That's what I want. See you in a bit. Okay, so here's what we're doing. I took out half of the dough and rolled it out. You're going to roll it out. You're going to have to flour your surface a bit and flour your rolling pin and a little bit of flour on top because it's very soft, it's buttery, it's sticky. Okay? Take your molds, give it a little spritz so they don't stick when they come out. I'm using a biscuit cutter. It's the right size for my molds. Cut. Here we go. Oh. See, it's very, very sticky. So be careful. Just peel it up. Right in the mold. You want it level with the top. Press it into all those nooks and crannies, okay? Do all of them. When they're all done, we're gonna be back. We're gonna put our pastry cream in, and then we'll make the tops, okay? In the meantime, we'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, guys, so they are filled. I took the custard cream, the creme pasticciotti, out of the fridge. I used a tiny little cookie scoop and filled each one. You just want it level with the top. You don't want them overflowing. I've now rolled out the other half of the pastry dough. I used a slightly smaller biscuit cutter to cut the tops. We're going to put one on top of each one, and you just want to seal it to the edge so they seal. There you go, just like that. I'm going to brush the tops with some egg yolk and milk. And these are going to go in a 350 oven. As I said, the recipe for TikTok will be at the end. Instagram and YouTube will have the full and complete recipe printed out at the bottom. I encourage our TikTokers to join us over at Instagram and YouTube. You get a much more complete picture. Unfortunately, we are cut short on TikTok. I'm sorry. There you go. These will go in the oven, and I will see you when they're done. You'll see how pretty they are when they're cool. Buonissimo. Buon cibo, buon amici. We'll see you in a little while. Okay, guys, here we are. Here's our pasticciotti, done, dusted with powdered sugar. Buon cibo, buon amici, good food, good friends. I hope you enjoy. I have a tray of orzo stuffed peppers in the oven. That's our dinner. This will be dessert. I hope you enjoy, and I hope you go find our video on follower favorites that we're starting next week. Please look it up. Please join us. It will be so much fun. Send us your favorite family recipes, something from your heritage, something that your family loves, anything. The instructions are right there, but make sure you leave a comment so I know to look for it and it doesn't get lost in spam in our email. We'll be doing that we'll start that next week. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy your pasticciotti. Look at that. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.